Welcome back to the channel, everybody. I'm Dino. You know, one of the questions I get about my snowmobile is the 900 Ace enough of an engine for the average snowmobiler? Well, today we're going to explore that. So sit back, grab yourself something warm to drink, and enjoy Dino's Tinker Shed. It's a beautiful day. When Skidoo released its 3-cylinder 900 Ace, the machine only came with 90 horsepower, and that's what I have in mind. Now, in subsequent years, they did increase horsepower to 95 in the naturally aspirated units, and of course, the turbos get all the way up to 180 horsepower. But there was a huge debate whether or not 90 horsepower was enough to satisfy the average trail user like myself. Well, I can't speak for you, but for me, it's a great snowmobile. Now, this machine comes with 3 different power modes. It comes with an eco mode, it comes with a standard mode, and then it comes with a high horsepower mode or sport mode that I mostly ride this sled in. So today what I'm going to do is I'm going to show you the differences, or try at least to show you the differences between those 3 modes. So I'm going to give you the top speed on this lake here now. There's probably 8 inches of snow on this lake, so it's going to not be the absolute top speed that this unit can do, but at least you'll be able to sort of compare the different modes and get a feel for what the sled can actually do out on a lake like this. Okay, so just a little word of warning. I am out on a lake in Ontario. You can ride as fast as you want on a lake, but you do want to make sure that you're doing it safely and you're keeping an eye out for other people when you do run higher speeds like this. And if I'm lucky, I'll get passed by someone on an SRX or something like that, because they'll definitely outperform this unit. Okay, let's get started.
The way I'm going to run this test is I'm going to line up the sled in all 3 of its power modes. Now, I'll accelerate the sled as fast as I can in each one of those power modes up to its top speed on this lake. I'll also show you the 0 to 100 km/h time. Now, this will sort of give you a better indication of how hard the sled accelerates versus just raw top speed. Now, I'll be honest with you, Eco mode won't even do 100 km/h. It is really designed to give you the maximum fuel range you could possibly get out of this sled. So don't be laughing too hard when you see that. And again, I am running on a lake with about 8 to 12 inches of fairly sugary powder on it. So the top speed is definitely not the highest that I have seen this sled do. On really hard pack or really smooth lakes, it will definitely go a little bit faster than what you're going to see in this video. But this is the real world. This is the conditions I had on the day that I did the testing, and I'm going to show that to you. Now, personally, I think most trail riders are more interested in the 20 to 80 km/h acceleration than they are with, ultimate top speed. And from my own experience, I would say this sled's really good at that. I find it can keep up with just about anybody I've ever ridden with. And really, the speed through the trails is limited more by my experience than it is from the machine's capability. So with that, let's take a look at Eco mode.
Well, what does this mean in terms of performance for you as a rider? Well, the Ace 900 never really claims to be a high-performance snowmobile engine. It's really a long-mile, fuel-efficient, smooth and quiet engine, and that's exactly what this thing is, and for me, it's a great snowmobile. I can get close to or exceed 300 kilometers on a tank of fuel, depending on how I ride and the type of conditions. Now, you could kind of see from the footage, I only got about 120, 125 kilometers an hour top speed out of this. Now, I have seen as high as 145 on much smoother surfaces than what you see today, but with 8 to 12 inches of powder that I'm riding through, it limits any kind of snowmobile. But it does sort of demonstrate the differences between the power modes. Now, Eco mode obviously is just what it says. It's Eco mode. It rides at up to 75 kilometers an hour, and then it just shuts the fuel off, and that's where you can really get a lot of fuel range. Now, standard mode and sport mode really only differ in the way the power is delivered. The maximum top speed will be the same, but in sport mode, the throttle is much more sensitive and it reacts much more to flipper inputs than it does on the standard mode. So depending on how you like to ride, if it's really bumpy too, you may want to ride in standard mode as it makes the flipper a little less sensitive. Okay, well, I'm going to get back to doing some riding. I'm really glad you stopped by, and please keep the comments coming, and I'll see you soon again here on Dino's Tinker Shed. I hear the trail calling.